Okay, it's the beginning of January. It's a pantry challenge, and it's also I'm going to try and eat from my pantry and not go to the grocery store. I'm going to try and spend like $35 a week if I possibly can. Hopefully it'll be lower than that. But I'm going to show you what I'm eating tonight. It's actually New Year's Eve, but I'm going to start right now and use up some of my pantry items and stuff that I home canned. So I'll turn you around and show you what we're having tonight. Tonight is going to be kind of a dump and go, like a crock pot meal, but we're on the stove. So what I've got here is some pork that I canned already. I just cut up a Boston butt and pressure canned it with some broth. I poured off the broth and that's going to go in. And lots of Brunswick stews have chicken and pork, but I'm just going to use pork. I say that now, things could change, but for right now I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to put a can of tomatoes that I canned. And it's not really a recipe. It's just kind of dump the stuff in there and taste it. I'm going to use a bottle of barbecue sauce right here. I've just got the Kraft. It's just what I had in the refrigerator. But I'm just going to break this barbecue. I'm just going to break the barbecue up and kind of combine everything together. I'm going to pour some of this chicken broth in the bottle since there's not a whole lot left. Okay, so I shook all that up really good and I'm going to pour it in there. I like mine soupy. I don't like it super thick. I'd say mine's more like a soup than a stew. You can always put more or less chicken broth in there. Just taste it. You can totally make this your own. It could be more savory or more sweet. It just depends on how you like it. I'm going to add just a splash of sriracha. I don't like it too hot, but I like a little bit in there. The lid's not going to cooperate, so I'm going to try and put a little bit in there without it all pouring out. Alright. Just a dab. And I'm going to add, I like corn, so I'm going to add 1 can of creamed corn. And I'm also going to add this bag of frozen corn. All I did was put it in the microwave for 1 minute and let it defrost. And you want to make sure that you don't scorch this, so don't have the heat too high, because it's got sugars in it from the barbecue sauce and you don't want that to burn and ruin your stew. And that's all I put in mine. I don't put lima beans or anything like that. It's just usually pork, chicken if I have it, which I don't want to open up another can of chicken just for this, and tomatoes. So I'm just gonna put some salt and pepper in there, and I think I might put some onion powder in there. You could also saute some onions before you put in the pork, but I'm just kind of making this a dump and go thing. Since it's New Year's Eve, I want to make something really quick so we can enjoy the rest of the evening. So I'm going to let this cook and give it about 15 minutes, and then I'll taste it and see if it needs anything. There's just 2 of us here, so when I make a whole big batch of cornbread, it goes to waste because we don't eat it all. So I have started just having the recipe and just frying them in a pan. I'll show you how to do it. So in this one, I just used 1 egg, a half a cup of milk. It says oil, but I'm not putting any oil in it because I've got some in the pan. I've got 3/4 of a cup of the cornmeal mix. I use Martha White. And a half a cup of flour. And it says sugar, but I'm not going to put sugar in mine. Sometimes I just use a pinch, but I'm not going to do that tonight. And sometimes I've put jalapenos in there, and that's good. The pickled ones in there are good. Put some corn in there, some cheese. You can do whatever you want to with it. So I've got my skillet over here. The first one's always tricky, and sometimes you might need to add more liquid to it. It's gonna be sloppy, the first one. I'm trying to just kind of thin it out a little bit. You don't want it too thick, or it won't get cooked in the middle. Okay, this one looks done. Yeah, that looks really good. Oh yeah. Okay, these two are done. I tasted it and it's a little bit bland. So what I did was on these next two, I put some salt in there and some onion powder to give it a little bit more flavor. And my advice would be make it more on the thin side. That way it's not as thick, and that will make sure that it gets done. So the second batch, I thinned it out a little bit more with some milk. Okay, I think they're ready to flip. Looks just like a pancake. Better than any pancake I ever made. Oh, wow. Pat myself on the back. Okay, the Brunswick stew is done and the cornbread cakes are done. And that's what's for dinner tonight.